people, guys all around the world, people in America, Germany, and any other part of the world. Welcome and welcome, good guys. As the title suggests, how the long arm of the law has visited NYABOHANSE. Everybody is not Marwa, guys. It's time to reap the fruit of some idiotic people in NYABOHANSE. It's time for them to reap the fruit of their labor. Yes, guys, first and foremost, I really want to wish us a happy Merry Christmas. It is a season of merriment, jolliment, colorful and artistic celebration all around the world. Guys, we wish you the very best, no matter where you are celebrating, no matter the part of the world you are. This is the Pioneer YouTube channel, and I am _priceless, coming to live and direct from Abuja, Nigeria. Wonderful, guys. Guys, you see, we've been telling people that indeed in this life you cannot do some things, you cannot commit some things, and you think you just be going scot-free. We have seen how Daddy, Mr. Cecile, God bless you, sir, has decided to visit the people in NYABOHANSE with the long arm of the law. All this while, they thought everybody is just like Boss Marwa, whom they've vilified, whom they've watered down, whom they've thrown dust and bad things against him and the family and his family. But yet, he has remained silent, quiet, not telling them anything. But this is a certain Jamaican American, Mr. Cecile, a.k.a. the Trenchtown boy, a.k.a. the Trenchtown papa. God bless you, Daddy, that has decided to key into this. Guys, I've told us in one of my prophecy video, which we've done, we are right now 3 months into that content. I said, things gonna happen in next 6 months, things will happen, things gonna take another angle. And indeed, they are aligning very fast, speedily, and people are going to pay heavily for their crimes, are going to pay for the bad things they've done, are going to pay for all the stupidity and idiotic things they thought it wise in the past that they were doing. Now it is time to take the chicken home to roast, because life, whether you like it or not, at a convenient and appropriate time will serve you the lunch, the breakfast, the supper, or the dinner you surely and heartily deserve. Yes, guys, you see, Mr. Trenchtown boy, like I've said, I've advised Daddy here, and Daddy has listened to me by remaining what? By keeping quiet and being mute. And when it is time for the main thing to be done, he has came forth, he has came through, and he's serving people, leaders, through his attorney in Kenya. We've seen how the vexation has decided to take on to another. And you know one thing, guys, Daddy has refused to come out to say anything. He has been quiet, and so quiet that the smart and intelligent people, how they act, how they do, Daddy has decided to be quiet. And now, all what they are saying on their channel, they don't know that the attorneys of Daddy, they are documenting them as evidence. Why am I saying so? I've seen how it passes the vulnerable narcissist. She has decided to call it Gintu, a.k.a. the parrot of NYABOHANSE, a.k.a. the town crier of NYABOHANSE, who is very idiotic, stupid, that he cannot even comprehend the contextual content of, a sermon that was served. Instead, he went there, he was giving her, massaging her ego, giving her force up, and he was even parroting against saying all manners of bad things against Mr. Cecile, that they are not going to accept anybody coming to intimidate them. They have attorney. And like before I record this content, I realized that he's also talking about attorneys. Where are you going to see your money to hear attorney? That is why you see in life, you don't need to embark on some battles. You don't need to engage some people. It is not everybody you engage in this life. You need to know that there are people. You don't need to fight them. You don't need to talk about them. You don't need to engage them, because starting a fight with them, it is not how far, or it is not about the beginning. It's how far you've gone, the ending that matters. And that is exactly what is happening. And Mr. Trenchtown Grandpa is really showing you the nitty-gritty, the basics of things, how life is played. You, in your dumbest and small one-sided village in NYABOHANSE, Migori County, you think you can outsmart a well-advanced, matured man that has seen life, that has lived life, that has been almost everywhere in the world. Mr. Cecile is never your mate, and he can never be your mate. I've told you guys, I've advised him, he listened to me. I told him to keep quiet when Percy decided to embarrass herself to bring the private conversation to the whitey space, thinking she wants to what? Deal with Mr. Cecile. She never knew she was indeed doing a major disservice to herself. And the worst part of it is about her children, who could grow up into seeing all these things, this digital footprint. And internet does not forget. Even if the children could not say anything, there shall come a time where they will have fights with other children, and they will use this as a reference against them. If you are doing things, you need to be visionary. You need to think for the long-term effect. You need to think and put things into right perspectives, not just be driven by sheer ignorance just to get views and get donations and get, revenue. That is what matters. No, you don't look at things at the momentary basis or moments. You need to look at things from a long-term perspective. Guys, the law has decided to visit them in NYABOHANSE, and we've seen people like the nonsensical, useless old cargo. Who is the old cargo I'm making reference here? The PM Carrot in Bungoma County, Kenya. She's saying all manners of rubbish. You guys said you were capable. You guys said you are saying the truth. Let's see the truth. 99 days for a thief and 1 day for the honor, and the time is right here, because you guys thought you can have a go. And again, Boss Marwa. So she has failed to come on YT space yesterday to show herself her usual speedity. She's mute, quiet, and we're gonna keep seeing how this will pan out. The law has decided to visit NYABOHANSE, and people will pay. Let's take another one, guys. You see, the very first time I'm mentioning his name on my channel, JT Podcast, when he was served, he came up also saying all manners of things. The attorneys of Trenchtown Boy are collecting those evidences against you people, and when it is the right time, you people could be served. You people, all these things could be used against you. Has it never occurred to you that when a police summons you a warrant, they tell you you have the right to remain quiet, or else anything you say is going to be used against you in court of law? Now the summons has been served to you. You were saying all manners of things on your channel, JT Podcast. A young dude that I thought you could be doing research, you could be well learned, but you are not learned. That you are even saying he doesn't understand Kenyan law. He does. Who are you? What is Kenyan law? I am not a Kenyan, but I understand Kenyan law more than you. If you can speak in such derogatory manner, in a foolish way like that. So, you have to pay dearly. You've defamed this man. You've character assassinated him. You've said all manners of things against him, and you think everybody is just like Marwa? Marwa, who has always been lenient to you, thinking that he comes from the same village with you, but we've taught him, you people don't love him, you don't mean well for him. You have been saying all manners of bad things, and this must be worked against you. Trenchtown Boy, God bless you. The long arm of the law has decided to visit NYABOHANSE, and people are running helter-skelter. But they are just trying to be, come up and to be proven, strong. Again, another stupid, nonsensical young woman. I think this is the second time I've been making reference to her on my channel. That untrending of a useless person. I thought she's young, she could understand and reason things, but she's not seeing things because she's driven by sheer ignorance. sheer push for views, revenue, and the rest, just to make money. She has decided to quit. I saw she posted on her community tab that she's quitting Reaction. If you like, quit Reaction. If you like, don't quit Reaction. There's nothing you're gonna do. If you people like lit or private all the nonsense you've been saying, some positive reactors have roaches of all your nonsense because they use it to what? Create content. Guys, you can see in this life, you can never bite or you can never fight someone, like I've said, that is far way better than you. There are some people, when you touch them, you can never go scot-free. Yes, the process for you to be made to face the law will be slower, but definitely there shall come a time where you must reach there and you must pay for dearly for all the misconduct you've decided to engage in. You've decided to use your platform to peddle instead of using your platform to bless, to uplift, to give people better things. You are using your platform to abuse, malign, and make a caricature of people's personality, people's brands, people's family, people's daddies, people's parents, people's uncles, people's sisters, people's... You have decided to tear that apart, and you gonna do that. You continue doing that, and you must face the music, definitely, because life has a way of showing each and every one the grievous consequences of your actions and inactions, and that is how just life is. Yes, you must have used your platform to uplift, but we've seen how you've counteracted people. You've twisted, twisted things. You've made things look where there is no issue. You've generated issues. You've painted it in a bad light. You make it look bad. Is that how you live? You want to live your life? And that has been the question I've been begging for answers for too long. Why wouldn't you put on camera, or would you just tell the world, just the way Marwa and Treasure and Grandpa are doing? Travel the world. Let's see your content so that other people could pick on it and react and be abusing you or insulting you just the way you've been doing to these people. You cannot do that. But you have the courage to be saying all lies, peddling lies, to the point you are saying that nobody is going to intimidate you. The same thing Ginto and Mogese did to that man that David Jiro was helping him and his family and his wife. Now the man has come back to David crying, weeping that David should help him, that he was misled. You Mogese, you said you were going to help him. You gave out numbers. People sent you money. The money was nowhere to be found. And like I've said during that time, I said, you need to put on camera. Show us that you can fish out people to help them, not waiting. When people bring them like David, Marwa, and the rest, they bring them on the camera, then you'll be going behind their back, saying all bad things, saying lies, peddling lies, just to see that you bring them down. You can never bring them down. And I'm happy the long arm of the law has visited, and there's no hiding place for anyone. Criminal must be made to face the full wrath of the law. And this case has civil elements and criminal elements. Yes, the civility part must be trashed from the criminality part. And each and every one has a tendency to be more dangerous. The civility part could not send you to prison. The civility part could earn you a heavy fine. And the criminal part could send you to serve prison terms. And at times, the court pronouncements could be what? Running concurrently on a civil and criminal basis. So you think, when you think you have freedom of speech, there's a stop. There's a bus stop to each and every one, freedom of speech. After all, those people are private individuals. They are not government officials. They don't represent you in any way. So you are not entitled to tell them you are exercising your freedom of speech. No. They are private individuals. They are not government. It is government that you can claim I'm exercising my freedom of speech. But this is a private individual who has never done you anything wrong. He has never said anything. But you started to put on camera saying you are reacting. And in reacting, instead to put on objective viewpoints, you are putting subjective viewpoints that they are unwelcome. So you cannot. And I'm happy that this has told this part and the day like this has come. Tristan boy, God bless you, sir. You are indeed a leader and you continue being a leader. And I'm happy you decided to be quiet. Don't say anything. Remain mute. Remain quiet so that you won't be able to tell your enemies your next move. They never saw this coming. But we've seen the nonsense and stupid, useless Gintu coming on internet, telling us, hey, I have big people, I have elder brothers, sisters, they are lawyers, they are soldiers, they are this, they are that, they are that. He comes from the family of this, they are tough, they are this. Now, it is the time to prove to us that indeed, those people you are making reference to them, you have them. Since you've been served a court sermon right now, you claim you have brothers, that they are armies, they work in court. So now we want to see them, we want to know who you are. If not, you are a loser. And that was exactly what I told us back then when he decided to come on this platform to tell the world that he has, in his family, they are made up of armies, lawyers, and the rest. Now is the time to prove that. You don't reveal your intention. Instead, you conceal your intention just like the way Mr. Cecil has done to you guys now. You don't reveal your intention to your enemies. And Mr. Cecil will continue concealing his intention. You guys will never understand where he's heading to. And you think you cannot be served on WhatsApp? You've been served. And they've told you guys, they said, expect them in few coming days. They'll serve you hard copies. We want you, those people cheering you, telling you to go, those your audience, go on, you are speaking the truth, FBI, all this. We want to see them now. And there will be nowhere to be found. And you will be made to face the consequences because you will not tell the court of law, of competence jurisdiction, that indeed I was being pushed by my audience or I was trying to massage my audience. Even if you say you are creating content on what basis? Content that the court will not ask you, content that you were insulting people. You were insulting people. That shows the truth. So there's no way you guys are coming out of this. You guys have found yourself in big mess and the end has come. Cease and desist from those nonsense remarks that you've been engaging or indulging. It is high time you face the right of the music, of what you've used your hand to commit, of what you've used your hand to push yourself into it. So there's no way, no point you're gonna escape this. And I'm happy because when Americans, that's one thing I love about Americans and Jamaicans also. When they tell you, when they don't even reveal their this thing, they conceal it. When at the right time, they will come out and show you that indeed you've been making a mockery of yourself. And that is exactly a perfect example what Mr. Tristan has decided to use to deploy the legality of the law. And the law has decided to visit NYABOHANSE, where you think everybody is just like Mawa, that will be stomach. You always continue stomaching your rubbish that you've been throwing and spewing on the internet or on the white space. That is just the truth. It is time for you to understand that indeed you will never eat your cake and have it. And that is just the truth and nothing but the truth. Perfectly and well timed intention. Daddy, God bless you for this. God bless you for serving them. We wait for more, actions. Let's just keep going quietly. Let's just keep going quietly. You have nothing, you owe nobody anything, Daddy, Mr. Tristan boy. You owe nobody anything. Just be quiet. They should just be receiving it one after the other. And when it is the time for them to realize they've done wrong, finally, when they are behind bars and they are sent to the prison yard and they'll serve prison terms, that is when they'll realize that they have been making a mockery of themselves. Not anybody, not Marwa. You are fighting your community, you are bringing them your countryman. nonsense people, wonderful people around the world, people in America, UK, Canada, Germany, Jamaica, Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, and any other part of the world. It has been absolutely amazing talking to you wonderful guys. Priceless lovers. See us again in our next content. Bye bye.